Hello, and welcome to the Pleasure Temple for melanated beings to return to the sacredness of pleasure. My name is Sonali, and I am a sensual alchemist for women of color. And I really want to tell you about this offering, or there's actually two offerings that have taken so many years of me going on my own pleasure journey for this to come through my body and be birthed out into the world. This pleasure journey has taken me around the world, from working in psychiatry in Chicago, where I did medical school and training and worked for many years, and then went around the world to Sri Lanka, where my parents are originally from, to explore my roots and also indigenous healing, ancestral healing, through Ayurveda. It's the medicine of my ancestry, actually. And then, as I delved more into sensuality and sexuality and pleasure, I was brought to the jungles of Mexico for a retreat called Wild Bliss, which started me off on a deeper dive on a whole coaching program and eventually landed me in this beautiful town of San Miguel de Allende, where I am doing this work as a sensuality coach, as a sensual alchemist. So what I'm offering with the Pleasure Temple are two things. One is an online program that's 12 weeks, starting on the summer solstice and ending just before the fall equinox. And then there is a Pleasure Temple in-person retreat at a beautiful home owned by a lovely woman who is the founder of Afro Expats. And so that space is really geared towards this kind of work. And that is for 5 days, 4 nights around the fall equinox. What do I want to tell you? So why is this important? I really wanted to create a brave space for doing this pleasure work, for guiding melanated beings on their pleasure journey. The term brave space comes from my teacher, Dr. Rocio Rosales Mesa, who does decolonial healing, decolonial alchemy, and I love this term because we can't really guarantee a safe space in the healing world, in the spiritual world, in any of that. But we can hold an intentional and very conscious, brave space for people to show up and for us to hold what arises. As I was going on my own journey, I delved into everything that I've been holding in my own body. And this is familial, cultural, intergenerational. It's systemic oppression, like white supremacy, colonialism, patriarchy. It's all of this that really stands in the way of our experience of the state of pleasure. So it became very important for me to create an offering that would allow us to navigate all of this and what we are holding in our own bodies that keeps us from the full surrender, the full allowing of pleasure. We will be doing this, so it's a little different in the the retreat versus the online program. But similar concept of initiation, embodiment, invitation, and integration. Say that again. Initiation, embodiment, invitation, and integration. So it's kind of like, I think of it like waves of like going up to the cognitive space, the rational thinking, and working with the curiosity that our mind may have, and then diving deep into the body to explore what is being held there, and kind of having these undulation, these waves. We'll be having pleasure portals where we have more teaching to kind of appease the curiosity of the mind. And then we'll be having erotic embodiment practices with breath work and meditation and movement and sound and self-pleasure to dive into the body. And then we'll be having sensual alchemy sessions for Q&A, for coaching, to have the support of each other, and to have a lot of guidance and holding that may come up to support whatever's coming up. And then we'll have integration, so sacred grounding spaces to allow all of this to just settle and land and integrate into the body, which is so important on any healing journey. And I want to also mention, just looking at my notes, that this is for, I suppose you'll know if it calls to you, but what comes to mind in my experience of witnessing hundreds of women on their pleasure journeys is that this may call to you if you are going through a transition where you have stepped away or detached from certain things in your life and are looking for a place and a way to ground, to connect to your body, connect to your true essence, to connect to your pleasure and your passion. So this may be one way that this may call to you. This may also call to you if you've done lots of healing work, growth work, spiritual work, if you've done talk therapy and energy work and body work, and if you've done all of this but never actually delved into your own pleasure journey, then this would be the offering for you. I invite you to reach out, to set up a call, to connect. I'm here for you with any of your questions. I send you so much love on your own pleasure journey.